Hey FlossTube, I'm Kathleen and this is StitchuationNormal, episode 21. I'm really excited for this episode. I have so much to tell you and show you. I have a really cool thrift store find, and it's not a chart, it's something really cool. I think it's really cool. And I have, a lot of whips because I started the Steel City Stitchers March Stitchy Madness, which I will talk about if you don't know what that is. I have a finish. I have just tons. I'm really excited. Today is March 8th, 2021, and it's International Women's Day. I'm wearing the Women's Movement Never Stops shirt from Bauer. They put this shirt out a couple of years ago, I think, and it was to support women in sports, which was really awesome. And yeah, I usually write about International Women's Day, so I'm probably going to celebrate by writing something. I come from a long line of strong women on both sides, my dad's side, my mom's side, and then my in-laws as well. So I've got my fun pony so I can just get down to business, no hair in my way. Just kidding, my hair's not my way. I'm just having a weird hair day because my hair's growing out and these things happen. I have hair all over me today that I'm trying to get off. I had a friend, she posted on Instagram, am I the only one that thinks International Women's Day is stupid? Well, she didn't say stupid, she said something else, and I said to her, you're not the only one, but I think it's important to acknowledge that while it may seem silly here to be celebrating Women's Day, there are women all over the world who are considered chattel, that can't get an education, that are dying for these things. So I think it's important that we acknowledge it here and celebrate by learning about women across the world and what we can do to help. Something that I like to do, and she's like, well, there just doesn't seem like there's anything we can do. And I'm like, well, there's things that we can do. We just have to look into what those things are. Something I like to do, I go to every single school council meeting for my kids' school, and at every meeting I make sure that there are menstrual products for the girls at the elementary school. And what does that do? Well, surprisingly enough, there are girls here. I live in Canada. I'm in Southern Ontario, everyone, just so everyone knows. This isn't just a Canada thing though. I'm sure it's in the States as well. There are girls who are not going to school because they don't have access to menstrual products. So there's a couple school boards in the area that have passed legislation, I guess you would say, so that they have menstrual products in the school and the girls have access, because period poverty is a real thing. And if you don't know what that is, I urge you to read about it. So I make sure, because our school board has not passed that, and we have a city councilor who is uncomfortable talking about it, and she's a woman. So if she's our woman on council and she's uncomfortable to talk about it, it's really hard to have change come. So I make sure that we have the menstrual products available. I'm not the one that actually makes sure. I make sure that the teachers aren't paying for it themselves. So I'm kind of maybe the police of that. No one has asked me to do that. That's just what I do. But check it out. Check out your kids' schools. Ask your kids if they have access to menstrual products at school, because you may be providing them for your kids, but like I said, period poverty is a real thing, and we shouldn't in this day and age have girls not be going to school because they don't have access to menstrual products. So look into your schools, look into just initiatives all over for supporting menstrual products. And there was a really awesome documentary, actually. I think it was in India. I'm gonna post a link to it if I can remember what it is, which I'm gonna look it up and send it. So anyways, that's my little International Women's Day blurb. And if you don't like me talking about menstrual products, I politely urge you to grow up. Okay, let's get into everything. I don't really have a life update other than I tried to get back into kickboxing and I did 2 classes and then I couldn't walk for 2 days because I had a severe pain in my foot. Turns out I have tendonitis and need orthotics. It's not funny. I know lots of people need orthotics, but I tried to start taking care of my body and then my body was like, no. So listen to your body. I had to rest. The good news is I was able to get in a lot of stitching. So that's pretty much all that's going on now. I'm gonna get right into it because like I said, I have so much to talk about. So I'm just gonna go through a few comments from last week. I showed my office bag because I was doing a support local segment, And a lot of you are Office fans, which is awesome. And then there's some of you that have never watched it, and that's okay. I didn't talk about my favorite episode of The Office, but I'm going to talk about it right now. My favorite episode of The Office is the dinner party. I think that's the funniest episode, actually. Maybe it's not my favorite episode, but I think it is the funniest episode. And some people will argue that it's the worst episode. So let me know in the comments, if you're an Office watcher, if you think the dinner party is the best episode of The Office, or the funniest episode of The Office. The worst episode of The Office, in my opinion, and I think many people agree with me, is Scott's Tots. I will not watch Scott's Tots. We skip it every time we watch the series because I will not watch it. That's too cringy. They're all cringy. Like, Michael does some cringy things, but that one is too much. So let me know in the comments if you agree. I would love to know if there's someone whose favorite episode is Scott's Tots. I would love to know the psychology behind that choice as well. So anyways, that was fun to connect with all of you Office lovers. I talked about my strawberry salve that I'm doing with Merritt Crawford. She has a FlossTube. She does thread tails, and I'm going to link it below. She and I are going to be doing a salve, and it's basically any chart that has strawberries in it. So I'm doing Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs, and she's doing Agnes Platt Strawberry Sampler, Blackbird Designs as well. And anyone can join in, it just has to have a strawberry in it. That's the rule. So we went with the hashtag strawberry pickin' 21 Sal. 21 for the year, and Sal stitch along. And strawberry pickin' because it has to have a strawberry, but you pick which one. So Merritt's so good at those. She had like a list of hashtags to choose from, and I was like, I am not good at this, but these are great ideas. So we went with that one. I thought that was the cutest one. And Cheryl Portnoy, I don't know, I couldn't read my writing when I wrote down your name, sorry Cheryl. She says strawberries are the first sign of spring in Southern California, and I did not know that, so that's awesome. I'm sure everyone from California that's watching knows that. Maybe it's not just California. That's my ignorance. Sometimes my ignorance comes out, and that's okay, because that's how we learn, because someone's going to be watching and be like, how did you not know that? And then you're going to leave me a message about strawberries, and then I'll learn. That's how I learn. Last week I mentioned that I put my dad's funeral card beside the camera, like it was like right here for the first few episodes of my FlossTube, because I was so nervous, and I just pretended I was talking to him. And someone commented, oh, okay, I don't know how to say this. Jaquested Cooper is what I'm going to say. She said that even though our loved ones might not be here on Earth, they can still bring us comfort. And I'd never really thought of it in those words, but I love that. I think that's really beautiful, that even though they're not here, they can still give to us comfort, or anything, really, love. Even just looking at the picture is comfort, right? And it can be love as well. So I love that. I love that even though they may not be here on Earth, they can still give. And Save the Stitches is back. Okay, this one I found, I didn't even know I had this. I was looking for a piece of fabric to stitch a new start, and I pulled this out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stitch on this. And then I could see there was something on it, and I thought, what the heck? So this is a bread cloth. Like, you would put it in a basket, it would sit in a basket, and then you would have this part out. And it's a couple of chickens, and it says, welcome to our roost, which is so cute. So I was looking at this, and it doesn't look like some of it's cross-stitched, some of it's different. It's stitched all different ways. I don't know. Maybe you can see if I hold it up here. So I'm guessing this came in a stash that I bought from someone, and I just thought it was fabric, so I put it with all my fabric because I didn't open it up. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys like chickens and roosters, and so thought that was cute. Add it to my bread cloth collection. And that was Save the Stitches. Okay, now whips, because I have a lot. So I'm gonna start with this one, and then I'm gonna talk about March Stitchy Madness. So if you remember, I was doing the Made to Create Sal by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I completed the first part, which is this part. I finished it the day before the second part came out, but I did not get it started because I was preparing for March Stitchy Madness. So this is on the Even Weave. This is they have kits or they have PDFs. The second part is out, like I said. It comes out on the 25th, I think, of every month. So I do want to keep up with it, but I put it to the side because I am doing March Stitchy Madness. Okay, so if you don't know what it is, I'm going to link the video, Steel City Stitchers video, where they explain it. I'm going to link that in the comments below. In the description, not in the comments. I don't know what I'm saying. And basically how it works, oh no, did I forget mine? Where is my bracket? Oh boy. I'm usually so organized with all my papers. Okay, hold on. Okay, I forgot my bracket. Here it is. So here's my bracket. It works like any other sports bracket, but this is like March Madness, which is college basketball, right? So we've made it stitchy. So this is my bracket that I've made. I listed, there's 8 different pieces, and I worked on a different one each day. So actually today's the 8th, so it'll be my last one to work on. And then we move on to the finals. We keep going. So I'm gonna start where I started, which was day 1, Riley Harbor by Kathy Barrick. So I'm actually stitching this along with Anna from Stitch Toolbox, and this is my little start on it. It's a little house. I'm doing this on an 18 count fiddler's cloth, and I'm using the DMC color option. Is that close enough for you to see? So I don't know. I said I don't like stitching houses, but this is actually really fun to stitch. I only got to stitch on it for a day though, and I was like, I want to keep going on this because it's fun, but my colors don't match the chart, I don't think. This one doesn't anyways. I hope the other ones do. I downloaded this as a PDF off of Kathy Barrick's Etsy shop. If you do that, you're gonna have trouble printing it unless you don't have a regular printer. So I have a regular printer, so when I printed it out, it printed on a regular size piece of paper like this, but it's so small that even like a pencil, like barely like the tip of a pencil is the size of a square, so it was really difficult to read. Apparently it's supposed to be printed on larger paper, but I don't have larger paper and I don't have access to a larger, so I should have just ordered the chart, not the PDF, because it's unusable. So you have to go to Staples. You can print it out and then go to Staples and have it blown up, which is a hassle. Or you could use it digitally. If you zoom in, it works. Like I zoomed in, but that's not how I stitch. I stitch on paper. I don't do digital. My brain doesn't, I need to see everything. And so anyways, I am excited to stitch this. I do have a full-size copy now, and I think Anna, she had trouble too, and she had a printer at work that was able to print that size. So anyways, this is my little tiny start, the first of many houses, and that was day 1 of March Stitchy Madness. Day 2 is a fully finished object. It is Goonies by Wee Little Stitches. I stitched it on Ada that I had tea-dyed to make it look like a map, and it says, Goonies never say die. And I stitched this for my husband for his birthday, and if you remember, I was doing it really sneakily so that he wouldn't find out, and he didn't know. He didn't know that I stitched it, so he was surprised. I'm not sure if this is its forever frame, but this is what I had on hand because I was stitching the day before his birthday. I've already given this to him and he loved it. So yeah, so this was day 2 of Goonies. So because this one's finished, I moved Riley Harbor on to the next round, I guess you would say. But this is with the DMC, and I just stitched 2 threads over 1, of course, and yeah. That one's done. It was nice to check something off my list. Okay, day 3 is Little Women by Michael Jolly. So I got, again, this is just 1 day of stitching. That's all I get is 1 day, and it's like, but I'm actually really impressed with what I was able to get done. I did all this brown, which is actually, I think it's Meg's hoop. She's doing embroidery over here. sorry for the glare. Oh my. Yeah, she's doing embroidery, so I got that started there. And yeah, I'm loving how it's coming along. It's like that middle page is a full coverage page. That's the page I'm working on, and like I'm coloring it in as I go so I know where I am, and that is really awesome to see it colored in. Like that feels therapeutic maybe, I don't know. It is therapeutic coloring it. I like coloring. And then I it's frustrating because I don't color every chart. Now I want to color every chart, but I'm like, that's just too much time. It's necessary for Little Women because it's such a big piece, and it's, anyways. Okay, so we have Little Women, and then the next one, day 4, is Soweth Sampler by Birds of a Feather. And here is what I've got done on this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you before I go on to this. This is stitched on 25 count Lugana in cream, and I'm stitching 2/2 with the called for DMC. Okay, now we can go on to Birds of a Feather, Soweth Sampler. I'm getting really close to finishing it. I've got to put the upper alphabet in, and then there's like a whole bunch of little flowers that have to go in between everything else, but this is what I've got here. This is linen. This is a mystery linen I found, and I'm stitching 2/2 on it. Maybe I'll put it really close. Oh, that gets kind of dark. Weird. And so I put these two up. I took a picture of each of them and put it on Instagram and had you vote. And Little Women is the winner, so Little Women will be moving on, and it will be battling Riley Harbor next week, or not next week, this week, tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be starting on Riley Harbor, and I'll work on that for 2 days, and then I'll work on Little Women for 2 days, and then we'll see who wins out of that. So we did day 1, 2, 3, 4, now we need day 5. Day 5 is My Mother's House by Kathy Barrick. This was the first like fancy chart that I bought. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is the first one that I bought that I had to have kind of thing. I had bought some like PDFs that were like fun, like the Goonies. That was one of the first ones I bought, but this is the first like chart from a designer that everyone knows that I was like, I have to have that chart. So it's special to me in that, for that reason. This is also on 25 count Lugana. This is stitched 3/2. So I did 3 strands of floss on this one because I just wanted like a thicker coverage for it. I don't really know why I wanted that, but I did. So here's what we've got on here. If I pull it back, can you see better? It's kind of an overcast day today, but the sun's kind of peeked out, so the lighting's a little weird. I'll take any sun I can get though. So this is, again, did I say the called for DMC? That's what this is. And I'm loving stitching on this again. I haven't stitched on it since the summer, really. And it's fun. What I love, I think, about this is that I get the variety of just seeing my whips and then being like, I want to work on that more. Because sometimes I forget what I like working on, and I need the decision making taken out, and that's kind of what this does. So that was day 5. Day 6 is a new start. Let Me Overthink About It by Jager Yarn. And this is what I got done in a day. The lettering was really quick, of course, but I'm not quite done it. But I wanted to start the florals, and they're not as fun. It's not as fun to do. It's partly my fault because I printed a chart that didn't have symbols on it, that just had the colors. I could have printed the symbols one off, but I didn't for whatever reason. So I don't know. It's hard to count the black. Like, it's hard to count because the entire square is black and there's no symbol. So anyways, that was my fault, but let me overthink about that. It's on just a random Aida that I found, a white Aida, and I'm stitching with the DMC that's called for. So it was fun. It's fun to get this started. I know this is going to someone, so that's I needed to start it. So it was nice that March Stitchy Madness was able to get me started on that. So I posted both My Mother's House and Let Me Overthink About It on Instagram just today. So it's live right now if you want to vote on which piece moves on to the next round. And then I have 2 more pieces. So, oh no, I dropped that. Oh, there we go. here we go. Okay, so you probably remember Home for Christmas. If you remember, I had problems with, I used a fabric that was too light and you couldn't see the white. So what I did here was I put DMC Diamond, this. I took that and I stitched around, like back stitching around the white so that it stuck out more. So I did it here, I've done it here, and then I did the back stitching here. So I need to do all of this back stitching in order to have it finished, and probably like this snow down here, and I don't know. I love it. It makes it sparkle and it makes it stick out so that my stitching wasn't wasted, but I still have some back stitching to do. So this is day 7. This is what I worked on yesterday, making my little snowflakes stick out. And it is going against day 8, which is today, my Save the Stitches Santa that needs back stitching in. So thanks to 2 of you viewers, I now have the chart so I can finish the back stitching on here. So his little face needs to come in, and I think, oh, and there's a little bit down here that needs to be done, but I think that's about it, because I think most of the back stitching was put in. So today this is what I'm going to be working on. I'm a little bit nervous because it's an older chart, so the back stitching is kind of hard to see, and also some of the back stitch is already in, so it's like, how do I mark off what I've back stitched? And I don't know. So this will be, I'll work on this today, and then tomorrow on Instagram I'm going to post the 2 of them, and they are going to be facing off my 2 back stitch pieces to see which one moves on to the next round. So, and it's like, I don't even care who wins. I just love that I know what is going to get stitched on what day, and I don't have to make that decision, because it's kind of hard for me making decisions right now. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that. Like, we're in the, I don't even want to say middle of the pandemic, because I want it to be almost over, but I don't know, it's just hard. So anyone else gaining weight? Because I had another shirt I wanted to wear, but it didn't fit me. Got a lot of my feminist tees, so I went with this one because it still fits, but I'm like, I'm trying to get back to kickboxing and my foot, and it's like, soon, I hope, soon we'll be back to normal. So, and if you are gaining weight, don't you fret, okay? Unless it's like really affecting your health, then you can fret a little bit, but not too much. Okay. So I have my haul now that I really want to show you guys. Let's see what I've got. Okay, so I ordered 2 things, and then one of them is my fun, it's a hair, you can't see. And one of them is my fun thrift store find. So I ordered my first fabric from a local-ish place. It's about 25 minutes from me. It's called Needlework, and they are a Canadian shop. They ship to Canada, they ship to the US, and then if you're outside of Canada or the US, you can just send them an email and they'll give you a quote for shipping. If you are local, if you're here in Ontario and you are going to be in the Hamilton area, that's where they're located, as Hamilton, you can do a curbside pickup, or if you live in Hamilton, they will drop it off at your house, which is really awesome. So that is Needlework. And I thought I need to order some, this is my first fabric ever, so I thought I needed to order some fabric to finish, because I have a lot of Christmas pieces, so I have a lot of finishing I'm gonna need to do. So I ordered 1/2 meter, I believe. Let's see, yep, 1/2 meter. This is called Snowflakes Berry Gingerbread Merriment. I don't know. See, I don't know any designers, I don't know anything, but there's this fabric. It's beautiful and rich. And then there's this one, which is Annie Brady Northern Light Glitter Holly. So I love these, and then I got a fat quarter bundle. So there's 8 pieces. It's Glimmer Kona Christmas bundle. And look at these beautiful, beautiful fabrics. So this is just like a solid green, this one. But all of them, oh, and a solid red and a solid white. But then glitter, 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 glitter. Isn't that so pretty? So I have a lot of fabric to work with now for finishing, which excites me. And like, cause look at this, like when I finish this piece, imagine like one of these glitter, I'm not doing a good job at helping you imagine, but like imagine one of these backing this. I'm thinking the green might be nice, but maybe like this, like a white No, maybe not. Maybe the gold. I don't know. We'll find out, okay? So that was my fabric haul, I guess you can say, my first fabric haul. I'm definitely going to order from them again because they have so many gorgeous things on their website. I'll link their website in the description below. Okay, and then the next thing I ordered from FlossTube, FlossTube's very own, I should say, Almond M&M's, Yamir. She has started dyeing silks. I think they're silks. I don't know, I just saw them and I was like, I love them, I want to stitch with them, and she was making them. So she hand dyed these. This one's called Clouds. It has her little, can you see? I think that's too close. Anyways, this is Clouds. I bought this for Riley Harbor for the water. I thought this would look nice. And then I bought these two, Raven. I bought them for Halloween by Kathy Bear because on the background it's black, so I think I might use this. That's what I was thinking when I bought them. Support our floss tubers. Plus it's very good quality, so bought that. And then what I'm probably most excited about, I saw this at the thrift store, and there's a dragon on it. There's like little dragons on it, but it was in the it was at Value Village. You know how they have the glass cabinet? What is that called? I don't remember. Let me see. Oh, the display case. And I had to have it because look at these. I don't know what everything else in here is. I haven't researched it, so if you know, please tell me. But like, I just had to have these scissors. Look at them. Snip, snip. Like the handles are so big. There's a dragon on them. So we definitely have, this is, I'm guessing, Asian origin. But I don't know. I don't know what everything else in there is. There's like all these tools, but I was like, these. So these look just like a pair of snips or scissors that Bella Love Designs have in their shop. They have like almost identical. So I'm gonna link them in case you're like, oh, I wanna have a pair of big handled scissors, but I couldn't resist these. I think it was $14 for that pack. And I was like, well, like the scissors need a little cleaning. They're a little bit sticky, like glue on the ends or something, but how cute are these? I don't know how to hold them. That's not a good way to hold them. But yes, they came in this little case and I was like, oh, I have to have them. So that was my exciting thrift store haul. I don't know if it was exciting for you, but it was exciting for me. And I am gonna wash them and probably use them in my kits. So I think that's a wrap on episode 21. How did we get to 21? I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for all the friendships I've made and all the support you have given me, and a big kiss to you guys, I guess is what I'm saying. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that way you can vote for the March Stitchy Madness. You can follow me at StitchuationNormal. And I post my stories occasionally, and I post little behind the scenes. If you want to see progress pictures while I'm stitching, you can check that out. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment so we can chit chat. You can send me an email. My email will be listed below. I love spending time with you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And happy International Women's Day, Girl Power. Are we still doing Girl Power, like with the peace sign? I don't know. I'm doing it. It's happening. Keep stitching your story, and I will see you next time.